Behind the scenes. Hello. Hey everyone. Tennille, your cloth nappy doctor, and this is
Ellen from Twinkle Lily.
lovely. So we're talking about cloth pads today. We're going to have a bit of a natter till you're all there and finished bathing the kids, feeding the kids. We're lucky because we're doing the expo at the moment, so we're kid free. Yay! Hopefully our kids aren't watching this.
Should be in bed.
Yes, they will be in bed. Anyway, so we got our Unicorn Onesies out. Alan has one. Oh, I love the hairdo. So we got our Unicorn Onesies, which are actually a bit warm, actually, which is a bit, yeah. So anyway, so we're here. So we're doing the expo in Brisbane tomorrow, and today we spent setting up. We got there at 10, finished at three or four. And then we promised we'd do because I had Ellen here, and I've been asking you for a couple of years now to do the video, and she can't run away this time. I'm stuck. So we're going to talk cloth pads, and we're going to go through it. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be overwhelming. It's not going to be technical. But I've got the expert here, Twinkle Lily. So this is a brand we stock at Apicali. It's always moving off the shelf. I've used them. Alan obviously uses them. Yeah, and we're going to talk blood. We're going to talk periods. We're going to talk cycles. We're going to talk all those things which, if your husband's around or, you know, you want to ask questions and pop them up, maybe you want a bit of privacy. If you don't care, take it into the living room with your grandparents. But yes.
Surprisingly, grandparents are actually really comfortable with things. I found the older generation, they'll often go, oh, wow,
really?
That's so much nicer than what we used to have.
Yes.
So it seems to be anyone 70, 80 or beyond is like, I love these.
Which
is really interesting.
And they're the ones most interested in cloth nappies as well.
Yes.
So they know. Anyway. Good evening, Amy. How is your boy? I hope he's doing well and he's feeling better. I think he was ill last time we were together. But anyway, so I have a couple of questions to ask Ellen.
Go.
As a person who knows nothing. Well, I do know stuff, but pretending I'm someone who has no idea.
And if anyone has any questions, send them through.
Put them up. You've got us. We're here. We're kid-free. We didn't do the wine or the drink just because we had such a big day. We thought if we drank something while we chatted, we'd probably end up asleep.
Yes.
Halfway through. So you can tell we spent a lot of time on our hair. Doesn't matter. So anyway, so my first question, Ellen, is what is a cloth pad?
Well, for anyone who's used cloth nappies, they are similar to a cloth nappy in that you have the layer, a soft fabric layer that sits against you. I'm a bit shorter than Tennille.
No, that's all right.
You have an absorbent bamboo fleece in the middle, and then you have a waterproof layer on the back to stop the blood seeping through.
So that's under the cotton?
That's under the cotton. We then have a layer of cotton on the outside. So this cotton bit is the grippy bit, which helps hold your underwear so the pad won't slide.
Mm. And how do you make sure, so with your disposable pads, you have the sticky bits?
Yes. Well, we have wings, like many disposable pads. So what you do is you put it in your underwear, the fluffy side against you, and then you snap it.
And they do stay in place. The worst materials we have found for slipping and sliding, and I've tried majority of the brands, is the Minky. What you'll find is it will start at the front, and after an hour, it's up the back.
So what we do to try and make them as sturdy as possible is we have 2 snaps.
Yep.
So the 2 snaps help keep this bit nice and sturdy, and the cotton will help make sure they stay in place.
Yes. That's it. That's it. That's all they are. And they come in different sizes.
We do.
So there's the liner.
We have a light.
And light.
We have a regular.
That's a night.
We have an overnight.
And then there's a postpartum. So can I have the liner?
Yes.
So you can see the difference. Is that going to work? Yeah. So the difference is length and absorbency.
And absorbency. So we'll have 2 layers of bamboo velour in the lights.
So they're not as thick.
And then in our postpartum, we have more layers of bamboo fleece, and it's also wider as well. So you can feel the core all the way on the inside.
Yeah.
The core is actually sewn to a layer of jersey, which is also absorbent. So you've got absorbency over the entire pad, with concentration down the middle.
Yes. Awesome. How do I know which size I need? So if I'm someone who has no idea, but I like the thought of getting rid of that plasticky... So I've always had trouble with the plasticky pads. I remember now that... and always going to the toilet and pulling the bits off, and then you stick it in, and then it... you get it in the wrong spot, and you got to take it off again, you got to stick it in the right spot. That could just be me, but I could never get it to stick in the right spot to do the job it's meant to do, where these I found it easier because I knew...
Well, yes, the gusset will naturally go to the smallest part of your underwear, and that's where it's going to stay.
Yes. So, how do I know what size I need?
Well, many cloth pads are similar in sizes to those of disposables. So if you have a regular day pad, then you would get a regular Twinkle lily pad. And if you have overnight pads, we have overnight pads as well. And then we also have our postpartum or our extra large pad. So some people will use these for postpartum, but we also do have quite a few ladies who use this for overnight use as well.
Yes. Are they more breathable?
Yes.
Yes, because they're not full of plastic?
Exactly.
Yes.
You have beautiful fabric sitting against you. And the waterproof layer is PUL, which is much more breathable than plastic.
Yeah, so it's the same as what's in your nappies. So you've got airflow. So even if you have heavy periods, they're also great for, I know it's a horrible word that we don't like thinking about, heavy discharge.
Yes, well, people use them for discharge.
Yes.
And I also get quite a few ladies who will use them during pregnancy for when, bubs are kicking and we all have those little accidents.
Yes.
Pregnant. And also for often ladies after childbirth, for many years after childbirth. I have many customers who are ladies in their 50s or 60s who are requiring what they call sneeze protection.
Yes, when you sneeze or you run after your kid a bit fast.
You pick up your child jumps on you with glee.
Yep, yes, yeah. It's taken me 13 years to get control. Yeah, so they're great for that and you just wash it. If I have a light period, or I only have if I just need it for a particular little sneeze, but I know I'm not going to gush, would you just...
I would generally recommend the liner size.
Size?
A liner or a regular. So if people aren't entirely sure, I'll recommend to start with a regular. You can order 1 or 2 regulars, try them out and see how they go. And if you find you're bleeding or you're leaking all the way to both ends, then that's fine.
Yes.
If you're only using a small bit of the pad,
you only need
a
smaller one.
Yes.
So what's the difference in the absorbency between these two?
There's an extra layer of bamboo fleece in here, and also the core is wider as well.
Yeah, so...
And so our pads get wider at the top and there's more flare as they get larger and larger. So for the postpartum, you can see we're a lot wider and we have extra protection.
Yes. Alrighty. How do I know when to change? That's a question we get a lot of the time.
Well, similar to disposables, you can lots of people will change them every time they go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Or you look at the pad and you can see whether it's filling up, whether it's covered, or whether there's not much on it. But it's really a personal preference. And we have a variety of colours. So some people, when they're first starting out, they don't know how much is in their pad, how much they need. So they tend to go for the lighter colours so you can clearly see how much you're using. So
with your kids with the cloth nappies, the thing I found when I started using cloth nappies is I learnt how much they weed, how much they pooed, and I became very, very personable with their output, which then assisted me in knowing if they were ill, if they were, teething. This would make you more intimate with your own bodily functions.
Yes. Well, unlike disposables who have chemicals on, these are natural, so you will, get everything, you'll see things, and some people choose the darker colours. So we do have darker colours if people don't want to see things. We have black, so everything's hidden. We
were chatting about that before. So Ellen likes the lighter colours.
And we have many girls, ladies who like to be able to see how much is on the pad.
How much is on the pad?
Because with the black pad, you're not quite sure how much is on there, but also you can't see it, so that's a bright side.
So for me, for about 2 years, I had terrible, heavy periods. So for women who, I get it, and I had to change every hour. I didn't want to see what was there because it was depressing enough as it was. I didn't want to see what was there. So if one like this, I could see, but the darker ones, it was great. So I knew I needed the change. And usually, when you change, because it feels wet, especially if that's very, very heavy period, a bit like a tampon as well. You can, when it's full.
But like when using disposables, you will get to know your flow. So people will know that they use, say, 2 mediums a day, or they need the 3 larges, or they need a postpartum extra large on their first day.
Yeah. Well, and these ones are great. So I know a lot of people use the liners during the day, or the regulars, and then at night time they use the postpartum or the nighttime, because you got that more, because when you lay down, we all know what happens. It all goes to that.
So we have the overnight, but the postpartum has extra flare and extra width just in case.
Hello. I'm going to say hello. Hello, Amanda. Hello. Oh, Trudy's there. Oh, but she's being admin on Apicali at the moment. Okay. So, hey, Trudy. How you going? Awesome. Got any questions, lady? Chuck them up. Alrighty. We'll do that last. Okay. Washing them. I'm assuming like cloth nappies. People go, ooh.
Well, what we often recommend.
Easy.
It's easy.
It's easy.
So most people have a shower at night. So you take off your cloth pad, put it in the shower, and you can rinse it straight down the plug hole.
Put your hands up here.
So you can see what we're doing. We run it under the water, and you rinse it until the water runs clear. So then you know you've got most of the blood out. And then every 1 or 2 days, throw it on with a load of laundry. Lots of people will wash them with their cloth nappies.
Yes.
Our main cloth recommendations, similar to cloth nappies, don't have your temperature over 40 degrees, and don't use fabric softeners and bleachers.
Yes. I used to soak mine in a 5-litre bucket, because if I was to stand there with the heavy period under the shower, I could be there forever, and we're on tank water and we don't have that much. So I would soak mine in a bucket throughout the day of cold water, and then just wash it, rinse, the water goes out. However, a lot of women I was talking to, they put it on their garden, the blood water.
So people will use that, and apparently it's great for your garden, great fertiliser.
Great for roses.
I'm not sure.
I think I might have, it's great for your garden, so you can put your bloody water on your garden. So, it's awesome. So I'd do that, and then I would actually wash every day because of the load on how heavy mine was. So you can put them over the drain hole, and Ellen was saying you can stomp on them on the drain hole.
There, so you don't have to deal with much blood.
No.
We deal with blood. It's like rinsing out your undies. People get blood on everything. It washes out.
It washes out. So cold water or warm water?
I tend to use warm water because I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
I'm not making any special trips or anything special. I will just rinse them out in the shower and they're done.
I always started my water off as warm, those first ones, but sometimes I would actually have to do another bucket.
I follow the, instructions similar for blood. You don't want to use boiling hot water because that helps to set the stain.
Yeah.
So you use cool water and you should be able to wash pretty much most of it out. It's actually sort of surprising how much it can be held in that bamboo.
I actually took one of mine from those heavy days and I cut it in half on the recommendations you gave me.
And that bamboo fleece washes pretty well.
And it was only a well-washed bamboo. There was no blood, there was none of that rusty colour, there was nothing. It was awesome. We had a question before. What about smell?
Many women have found that there is a lot less smell than with disposables, because disposables have chemicals. So those chemicals will be reacting with the blood and absorbing and forming into jelly. With this, there is cloth and there is blood. So it will have some blood smell.
I actually found I smelt more when I used maternity pads.
Yes, I used disposable pads for the first 1 or 2 days after each of my babies.
We'll talk about babies, yes. We'll talk about babies. We'll do that now. So, do you need postpartum pads?
Well, postpartum pads are awesome.
So, sorry, Amanda, smell should be less. If the smell is quite offensive, I suggest going to the doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless that is something that is normal.
Unless it's normal for you. But I have found smell is less with these.
Yes, that's what many people I've heard. I've never heard anyone talk about the smell being worse with cloth.
No. So, postpartum, Ellen, what would you recommend?
Well, we do have...
If you wanted to do that.
We do have the postpartum size available. So, but in order, to try and keep as environmentally friendly as possible, make sure things are reused a lot.
Yeah.
I'll often tell women you can get some postpartum pads, but sometimes get a small pack or some disposable pads because you've just had a baby. You never know what's going on.
Yeah.
So most women will use disposables for 1 or 2 days after birth, and then you go into cloth.
I lived on the blueies in the hospital post birth. You know the blueies?
It's not the big.
Yeah, the big
mat.
blue things. Yeah, the big blueies. Yeah, they folded them up and I used those, and then they put the pad there, and then it was like layers upon layers because of. But after about day 3, 4, then it was into those, but just because the loss was so much.
So yeah, I found many women, myself included, from about sort of day 3 onwards, you're often into your overnight pads. So I recommend women, if an overnight pad is plenty big enough, then grab yourself some overnight pads.
Yes.
I don't want people buying postpartum pads if they're not going to use it afterwards.
Yes. Trudy. Oh, Trudy uses these for her daughter. So if you're, so I remember when I was just starting my, becoming a woman.
I had no idea of cloth pads when I was that young.
My mother, because my parents were well off, and buying the disposable ones and we bought the really cheap ones that were like mattresses. Mum
They
actually
still have them.
Yes, they're great. We would actually chop up a sheet, but we didn't reuse it. We didn't wash it and reuse it. We just chopped up sheets and did that and folded them up and put them in. So we used cloth pads, but we didn't reuse them, which was really stupid when I look back on it now.
It's a bit crazy.
Yeah,
that's a lot of sheets. Potentially.
Yeah, I wasn't that heavy back then, but now. Trudy says, Pongy, only if I forget to rinse and wash at the end of the day. Yeah, so you can't leave it. So it's like cloth nappies. If you leave your cloth nappy sitting in a bucket with the lid on, they're going to woof. And if you leave them for 3 days, 2 or 3 days, it's going to smell. And depending on how heavy your period is, you need to adjust your washing. I used to wash mine with all my washing.
Yeah, I wash mine with all my washing. So I started using cloth pads around the same time I had my first child. I didn't actually know cloth pads existed.
Yes.
Until I walked into one store and saw these pads, cloth pads, and was just amazed by them. They were Twinkle brand, so I loved it so much I just bought the entire brand. So I love them, but I used to wash them with my kids' nappies, but now they go in the regular wash because you have washed them in the bathroom or the laundry sink. You've got pretty much all the blood out. There's not much left at all. Same as if you had some blood on a shirt from kids playing sport, and things will wash out.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So don't leave them sitting around doing nothing. How do you store them?
Well, when you're not using them, between cycles, I will keep them just in my underwear drawer. Yep. Although I have quite a few, so I have a whole nice drawer so I can look at them and see them all pretty. Other people will have them all nicely folded up.
Oh yeah, I was going to show you this. So a lot of cloth pads, and what I love about the Twinkle Lily ones, so in storing them, you can actually fold them and put them in your handbag. And because they look like little presents, and if they fall out of your handbag, as it has several times out of mine, no one's going to know what they are. Instead of those ugly plastic covered things that everyone, gee, they're so pads. You don't know what they are.
No, and so also after you've used them, if you're out and about,
yes,
you can close them up and snap them up, and you've got lots of the blood inside together, and you've got the waterproof outside, so you can put them in a waterproof bag. We've got some PUL bags that people use.
So there's a few options if you're out and about. So storing at home, so you store them in your underwear drawer. I store mine in a big basket, which I think there's another video which shows what I store mine in. But when it was actual cycle time, mine went down beside the toilet, ready to go in the basket. Yeah. What did you do?
I generally kept mine in my room because I've got children and I don't want them playing with all the pretty things, so I have to hide them away from my children.
So now, if you're out and about and you want to take, and you can do it out and about. I've taken these out like to hospital, and there's no smell in my bag because it's in your bag. Or you can take another wet bag, but you can put. These are the Planet-Wise ones. You put your freshies in the front, and then you put your dirty ones in the back, which have the PUL lining. So there's that option. You've got small wet bags. So if you want to keep your pads separate in your bag, put your dirty ones in here. Let's say you've got bigger pads. I found these were great for the really big ones when I've had to do it. And then you got bigger ones again with 2 pockets, 2 PUL. Okay, and then you've got some Fandangle ones where you put your fresh pads in this little pocket.
It's a proper little wallet.
It's a little wallet. So this is like a little bit out and about, or someone who only changes their pad once or twice a day. Look at them. Alrighty. Yeah. Oh, stains. That's the last one. What if there's a stain? What if for some reason you get it? So I would sometimes get lumpy bits because it was really bad. I was very unwell for a couple of years. And it would stain.
Like similar cloth nappies, the sun will help get the stains out. UV is awesome for breaking down stains.
Yes.
But like nappies, you recommend don't leave them on the boiling hot line all day because it will harm the PUL inside.
Yes.
There's also many stain sticks that people use to help clean them.
Is it tough stuff?
I used to use tough stuff soap.
And there's another stain stick, but I can't think what it is.
There are many different brands that people use. So just recommend don't put bleach on your pad.
No.
But use other things that you would use that would be safe for your clothes.
Yes. Now, I do want to talk about the lining. When you choose a cloth pad, you want to make sure this side is a cotton or a, not that really smooth PUL.
Well, we have a layer of quilting cotton on the back, so it's designed to be nice and grippy. So as we say, if people's pads are slipping, I'll ask sometimes, are they wearing underwear that's snug enough? So if you've got some nice cotton undies and then you have this layer of quilting cotton against it, they're not going to slip very much.
You can't wear your
some of the
your Saturday night
satiny
with your husband underwear.
Yeah.
But you can't really wear that because it will sort of slip inside, unless it's got a cotton bit on it, but I did
Well, they don't slip too much because we have the nicer gusset, but it's recommended to wear comfy undies.
Yes. And when you choose your cloth pads, this one's bamboo velour, so it's a luxurious, very soft. It's very nice.
Soft.
It's like, what is it, your 3-ply silk cotton toilet paper?
Nicer.
Nicer than that?
It's velour.
You've got cotton velours, you've got cotton quilted, you've got all sorts.
And bamboo velour tends to stay the softest out of all the velours, wash after wash after wash.
Yes.
And that's what you want. There's many people who use their Twinkle Lily pads for many years.
Oh, Trudy says buy dark colours. Yeah, there's a personal preference, sweetheart.
I love the bright colours. They're just so cheery and happy.
Exit stain remover is amazing. It's a yellow stick. Okay. I used to use, what's this, sun, the old-fashioned sun
like
stain.
Sun or Sard or something?
Sard stun stain soap. That's what I used. Yeah, my nan used it. She was like the queen of washing. She knew what to do. So I would actually use that.
I tend to rinse mine. I'll rinse mine generally in the morning or evening, so mine haven't been used for more, or left with blood on them for more than 12 hours. So mine don't really stain too much because I rinse them really, really well.
Sunlight! Thank you, Trudy. She's like my grandmother. She knows all about these things. Okay, so if we've convinced somebody that it's a great idea, where should they start? If they just wanted to buy just one cloth pad. There's a hashtag, start with one cloth pad.
I recommend the medium because it's a good place. So you can either start the medium.
So that's a regular?
Or a regular.
Regular, medium.
Or a light. So some people who go, I'm afraid a cloth will at work, they will order a light pad and they will just wear it on the days leading up to their cycle, or they will wear it on one of the last days of their cycle when they know they're going to be pretty light. And then so many people will come back and buy more and go, oh, it's wonderful.
Great question, Rohini. Do you pre-wash?
Yes. Well, Twinkle Lily, the cloth pads, we use the similar to nappy fabric. So it's the bamboo fleece in the middle, and often most boosters of many nappy brands will have bamboo fleece, and you wash it and it will increase its absorbency. So yes, pre-wash a few times to increase maximum absorbency.
Could you soak them overnight in a bathtub like you do cloth nappies?
Yes, it's the same fabric.
Same fabrics?
Same fabrics. Treat them the same. Similar.
Alrighty. Awesome. I'm trying to think what else we need to say. Excuse my drinking the cup of teas. After today's expo, my throat is a bit sore.
Well, today was a setup, but if anyone in Brisbane tomorrow, you can come and see us.
Come.
We're having some sale.
Great.
It does.
There's tutus.
Maybe on us, maybe not.
No, not on us. We had a bit of fun. We had some tutus, and we thought we might wear them tomorrow. But they actually look much better on the Breastfest mannequins. Yeah, they look pretty good. Trudy says, is there a smaller size for younger or smaller women?
Currently, we don't have any smaller sizes than the lights.
You can get smaller, but once you go smaller, you lose the
You
width.
can get smaller, and there are some people who will buy pads in the lights and will put extra snaps on themselves. So there can be things to be done if you really want it smaller.
Yes.
But we find they tend to suit.
So
yes. Well, I talk about, I don't do a pre-wash,
no.
but I have rinsed each one underwater to get most of the blood out because I don't want to be washing that with the rest of my clothes.
Yeah, so Rohini, you can rinse them in the shower. So depending on how heavy your cycle is, you can rinse them in the shower.
So just at night when you're having a shower, put them near the drain and you can rinse them out. You're not using any extra water. It's water that was going to just be washing down the drain anyway.
Yep. Or if you have, I had very, very heavy cycles. I've now got no bits to do this, so I'm really lucky. But for 2 years, I would actually put them in a 5-litre bucket of warm, cool water, not freezing cold, just what came out of the tap, and just let them soak for the day. But I washed every day because I was using so many pads and going through, so it was what it was. So you give them a pre-rinse anyway, or they're sitting in a bucket of water for a day. You don't want to leave it sitting there for more than a day.
No, so I think if you got blood on your favourite shirt because you cut yourself, one of your kids got bloods on their shirt, you don't want to leave it to sit.
No.
You want to rinse it as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's not like wee and poo. No. It's blood and it's tissue and it's, it's your womanly cycle, but it's also a really great way to get to know how healthy you are as well.
Yes.
I think that's one of the things that I most...
Yes, so we some people we have our light green and light blue, which are pretty light. So you'll be able to see the exact colour of discharge or cycles. And we do have a neutral colour coming, which is very close to white. So you'll be able to see everything.
Yeah, pre-teens. Yeah, I can Trudy says her baby girl, who's not really a baby girl anymore, wearing them with tights, but I even found with tights, I could never wear pads anyway because they would show through.
Yeah, I tend not to be wearing tights during my cycle.
No, but pre-teens and teens do.
They will be a bit smaller.
Yeah. Shorts or skirts, yeah. I don't find them bulky. I don't find them extra bulky. I feel more secure. This sounds like an ad now. Could you imagine an ad for this?
Well, I'm always happy to hear people's feedback. So I can look into seeing preteen ranges. There are some people who will do...
Not tights, pants. I was thinking, she's game. I can understand that absolutely, Trudy.
I love that she loves how comfy. So yes, they are a bit bulky, but they're lovely and soft as well.
I would actually go down a size. So when I was heavy, I was using the postpartum, but I would actually go down a size and use the regulars, but change more often. Yeah, tighter pants. I could never wear any sort of cloth or single-use pads with tight pants. Not that I really wore tight pants, but these young people these days, unbelievable. Hey, Caitlin, the snaps are pretty uncomfortable unless wearing PJs around the house. Really? Do you find the snaps uncomfortable?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I've heard occasionally people don't like the snaps when horse riding. So I've heard a few people snap. So it could be also depending where they're sitting on a seam. So if you're wearing jeans that have all seams meeting in one point, I have heard sometimes if the snap is close to that seam as well, it just adds an extra layer of bulk.
I can move it.
You can move them or if potentially undo one of the snaps so that they have a bit more freedom of movement.
Yes. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. See, I love these because you find out more. I didn't know about the horse riding.
These are the random things. So I love the brand and I love cloth pads. So I am the person who's looking at lots of the random videos and random comments on random forums, to try and find out what people really want from pads.
Yeah. No, but you know what? Even with the single use, I just found they scrunched up when I wore.
I always
jeans.
had that too.
I found they just scrunched up, and the sticky stuff always moved.
Yes.
So I like that these stayed spread and could do the job. But yeah, I think it's experimenting, trying different things. Alrighty. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Do we need to do a summary? I think do you want to do a little summary?
Cloth pads are awesome.
Yeah.
Would you like to come visit us tomorrow at the expo in Brisbane?
Come.
We'll be there. Yes. Maybe with onesies, we'll see.
Okay, we need to do one of these. Come across this way. Okay, this will be onto your face. Here we go. Oh. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, guys, if you want to see these in person and touch and feel, pop by tomorrow, Friday, Saturday and Sunday at the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre, where it always is. We're stand N10, which is as you walk through the doors to the right, down near the baby change rooms. We have the breast vest, we have some bath truffles, which are for mums to go home
and they smell so good.
Yes, and they look like ice cream. So we put them up just in case kids thought they could eat them. But yeah, they give silky, creamy bubbles. So we've got those. What we got? Oh, we got the shampoo bars as well. Shampoo shave bars.
Yep.
And
Stable plastic packaging, another thing to help save the environment.
Yes, and we've got some packs too. Pamper Care packs. La la la. Yeah, come say hello. We'll be there all day. We're having fun. Wish Trudy was coming.
She'll be there in spirit.
She'll be there in spirit.
And we're going to say, if anyone has any questions or any comments or criticisms or anything, please, you can either email or Facebook myself or Tennille.
Yep, it's Twinkle Lily.
So I'm Twinkle Lily page.
Yep.
Because the pad sizes, things like the sizes have changed when people have gone, actually, this doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
so we can always change things.
Yes, and when I put this up, people are saying, I've still got my pads from 7 years ago.
I think the record, Twinkle Lily started in 2007.
Wow.
And there was someone who commented that they'd had pads that were 10 years old.
Yeah.
Which is older than all my children.
That's huge. That's huge. Okay, my darlings, we're going to go to bed. We're dressed for bed. And I've still got my cup of tea to finish. But thank you for joining me.
Thank you for
I hope
having
it was
me.
good. I hope it was good. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Yes, it'll be immortalised on Facebook and YouTube now. All right, guys, have a beautiful Thursday. And we will see you tomorrow. Please come say hello. Just pop by, say hello.
Be there all day.
Enter the competition.
Yes.
Scan your QR code. Yes. A Pamper Mum pack. Because we are amazing mothers. Mothers are amazing.
Yes, they are.
We all work too hard. Alrighty, guys. Check them out. Come chat to us. And thank you for joining us. Good night.
Bye.